Hey everybody, so finally mustered up the courage to tackle the HeartGold Nuzlocke videos because, oh boy, these are long games. This is going to be a long one. So, what is a Nuzlocke? I'm assuming most people who are watching this video through either being subscribed to me or just happenstance knows what a Nuzlocke is. But as the late great Stan Lee once said about comics, which I think perfectly applies to all forms of like media or creative outputs, every comic is someone's first. So every Nuzlocke is someone's first. So a Nuzlocke is a self-imposed uh, rule set for playing a Pokemon game because the Pokemon fan base has aged up, but the games have not followed. They're still basically dumb baby games made for dumb babies. So, to spice this up a bit, go ahead, click off of this. To spice it up a bit, the Nuzlocke was created, and that is if rule number one: if a Pokemon faints, it's done, it's gonzo. You can't use it anymore. You either just throw it in a box and look at it, or you release it. Uh, every Pokemon has to be named to increase emotional attachment to make the quote unquote deaths hurt more and the stakes higher. And on that note, not gonna make any guarantees about this because I am gonna record these in bulk, especially this first week here because I'm gaming the system a little bit with some of the items, which is why I'm starting this Nuzlocke on a Tuesday. So, if you have any names for Pokemon, whether they be your favorite or not, or hell, not even your favorite, or just like like, hey, you know what a good name for a grass type would be, or a bug type, or whatever. If you have any names, throw them in the comments. I'm not gonna make any guarantees, but the name changer in this game, you do get to them fairly early. And if I've already caught something and somebody comes up with a better name, I will just go back and rename it. So post the names. You might come up with something better than me. I'm not the best. I'm a dullard. I was going to name this after people in the Discord server, but one, there's not that many people in there right now, and two, not a lot of ladies. So if I catch female Pokemon, that's gonna run out of those names really fucking quickly. So names, Pokemon dies, and the final rule and the most variable because there's a lot of sub rules to it is the first Pokemon you encounter on any given route after you acquire Pokeballs. That's the only Pokemon you can catch on that route. If you miss it, you're fucked. You don't get a Pokemon that route. Now, like I said, there are a lot of variabilities with this rule. One is the species clause, which at this point is probably the default to most Nuzlocks, but I think it does bear repeating. Or, man, did I use that? Ah, fuck it. It does, I think, require a little bit of explanation. So the species clause is once you catch something and it's in your Pokedex, you don't have to fucking catch it again. So, for example, in the original Red and Blue, if you didn't use the species clause, I hope you really like Rattata. Because you're going to get a lot of Rattatas on your team. So, for the sake of variety, pretty much everybody uses the species clause. It also helps, again, with variety, with being able to counter people, making sure you don't have an entire fucking team of nothing but your starter and Rattatas. That also counts for evolution. So, if, say, you catch a Rattata and it evolves into Raticate, then you don't have to fucking catch Rattata or Raticate if they're the first Pokemon that shows up on the route. There's some other variable rules, such as some people count other methods of acquiring Pokemon on a route besides going into the grass as different things. So, for example, headbutting a tree or fishing, because because when you catch a Pokemon from fishing or you catch a Pokemon from headbutting, there's a slightly different description for them in the little bio you get for the Pokemon once you catch them. I don't know if I'll be doing that. I might. We'll cross, because like the main one I'm gonna be really putting off is the Safari Zone, because I don't know how to fucking handle that one really, especially in fucking this game, because the Safari Zone is kind of fucking weird with how it works in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Also, static Pokemon. Some people don't count those. So, like, you know how most legendary Pokemon, like, appear, like, just in the world instead of as a random encounter? Like, you know, and again, going back to Red and Blue, how you would go into Cerulean Cave and you get to the end of it and there's Mewtwo just standing there. So, that, again, I don't know. Cross that, again, I'm going to cross most of those bridges when we get to them. So, with all that fucking boring gaff out of the fucking, I might spin this off into its own fucking video. I know this isn't going to be the most entertaining of a fucking Nuzlocke, and some people might be like, ew, this is how you fucking started Nuzlocke, just fucking talking, you don't even fucking get your starter? I don't need any info. But it's like, you know what? That might be for the best. Like, maybe we just, nah, it hasn't been that long. Oh shit, I should have been reading. Huh? It's already become so bright outside. Oh, look at this fuck. Oh, sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the incredible world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Oak, but people calls me the Pokemon Professor. Nobody calls me the Pokemon Professor, but I insist on it, because I'm a dick like that. Like, look at this guy. You know a big fucking plot point in the original beta version of Heart Gold, I mean, not the original Heart Gold Soul Silver, that would just be Gold and Silver, but a plot point, and some people might, this might like solve a childhood mystery for a lot of fucking people, but you know how there was like a lot of Pokemon cards in the early card sets of Imposter Professor Oak, and people were like, what the fuck is this shit? Who Imposter Professor Oak? What is this? And a lot of people just assumed like, something they made up for the card game because they needed if I remember right, like Imposter Professor Oak did a discard effect where like Professor Oak did a draw effect, and they were like, you need a fucking discard card. Professor Oak's the draw card. Why not make a fake evil version of Professor Oak? Well, when the card game was in development, so was Gold and Silver, and in the original storyline for Gold and Silver, Imposter Professor Oak was a character, and I think he was going to be kind of like the de facto leader of this version of Team Rocket. And I kind of wish they wish they kept that. There's a lot of stuff from those the old fucking beta for Gold and Silver, which is really fucking interesting. But yeah, I wish they kept old. I'm kind of surprised they didn't bring him back for fucking Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because they, gave the rock. You saw them in the intro. They gave the Rocket Grunts like some unique fucking dudes. Anyways, fucking Professor Oak is just like, come on, man. Like, why is he doing that weird claw? I mean, I guess it's because he's gonna fucking pop out a Pokeball from, like, his ass. But it is, like, weird that he's doing the claw. Before we go any further, I'd like to tell you a few things you should know about this world. First off, it's shit. Like, our economy is entirely based on animal fighting. Like, also, children are just sent out into the world when they're 12. That brings up a bunch of horrible implications. Yeah. Just This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokémon. This is my wife. She's a real slut. We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends, allies, sometimes lovers. At times we play together, and other times we work together. We work hard, we play hard. Just Meryl fucking start doing the gay steel dance from The Simpsons. Professor Oak, why did you take me to a gay Pokemon center? I don't know, Ash. You're all sick. Oh, behave. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds. The bond of blood, yes, I know very much about this. Shit, I forgot what buttons I fucking mapped everything to. Shit, we're gonna have a real fun time when I actually start fucking playing this fucking nonsense. I think I am gonna spin this off to a fucking episode 0. Oh boy. We're back. Battle and develop close bonds with them. Me personally, I just like to stick Meryl's big ball thing into my ass and poop it out like an egg. Shit, do the humans lay eggs in the Pokemon world? Like, humans come from fucking Pokemon in the Pokemon world. Fuck. Now why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Age, sex, location, baby. There's no Chris Hansen in the Pokemon world. Are you a boy or are you a girl? Motherfucker, is 2023. Like, we're past this fucking bullshit. I'm gonna go with the boy. Please tell me your name. Okay, we're gonna use the old traditional name I always use for a Nuzlocke. Nuzpalm. There we go. Your name is Nuzpalm? That's a fucking dumbass fucking name. Nuzpalm! Are you ready? Burp, 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 burp. Your very own grand adventure is about to unfold. It's gonna be a long one, motherfucker. This has basically 2 games worth of fucking content in it. Oh, fuck, I am... there's a particular part of this game I am fucking dreading. Fun experiences, difficult experiences, there's so much waiting for you. You might have to kill a motherfucker, beat him to death with a Geodude. Cause he tried to take your hardtack. I'm going a little 49er with Professor Oak now. There's Pokemon in them there ears. Dreams, adventure. Let's go to the world of Pokemon. Cause there's heels and there's gold in them there ears. And Pokemon. I'll see you later. What, are you threatening me? I don't fucking take kindly to that. Okay. So, I think I'm gonna call this episodes. Fuck, there's something else I should explain. If I am gonna call this episode 0, and I'll post it in a comment. So, I did a little fucking something to the actual game file here. So, I threw this into a program called the Universal Pokemon Randomizer. People use that to make randomized Pokemon ROMs where like everything's changed. I didn't do any of the hardcore changes. There's one specific thing I changed, and I did this in my Fire Red Nuzlocke, which I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that playlist. If I'm gonna just republic those videos or throw them up on the fucking Discord server and just be like, look, if you want to look at those old videos, you go over there to the Discord server. But so one handy dandy thing that the Pokemon randomizer does is it can get rid of quote-unquote impossible evolutions. What is an impossible evolution, you might ask? Well, impossible evolutions are trait evolutions, or evolutions that can't happen in the current generation because the mechanics do not exist. So think of something like free bass and melodic, where you need like a beauty stat. Well, beauty doesn't fucking exist in this generation, so I ran it through the randomizer to get rid of those. Didn't do anything else. I kind of mulled over given because the universal randomizer goes up to generation 6 in terms of stats, and I thought about giving all the Pokemon their upgraded stats from this generation, but then I was like, nah, like I'll just use the generation 4 stats. They're fine. Like it's whatever. So with all of that explained, I will see you guys later with the actual real first episode. We'll call this episode 0. Bullshit. Oh shit, I thought I clicked the fucking thing, but it wasn't even fucking. Like, this is the problem with being a blind fuck. Like, sometimes I'm just like, oh, this is where the mouse cruiser is, isn't it? Nope. No, it isn't, you fucking dumb bitch.